Well, I pray when we go down, down to the river, it'll wash my sins away. And I pray that the sun don't fade away.
Welcome to the first episode of The Dive for Season 5 of the FIMU Alpha Overwatch League. I'm your host, ShakkaConn.
And I'm MetroFalco.
We're happy to be bringing this news show back for this season. Be sure to tune in every Sunday evening for weekly episodes of The Dive. Let's jump on in. Firstly, we'll be starting off by reintroducing the entire council for the FIMU Alpha Overwatch League. We haven't had this council announced in quite some time, so here we are. We have Lunchbox DJ as the commissioner, Underused Anu as the games manager, ShakkaConn as the community manager, Omnilus as our stats manager, Ejinx and MetroFalco as the stream managers, and finally, Jackal as our warden.
Now we'll look to introduce the captains for this season. First off, we have Aka Ranger returning from Season 4 to lead Ocean's 11. Then we'll have Brodo Swaggins coming in to lead High Newt 2, Electric Boogaloo. Then we have Biggie Twig leading off Made in China. Then we have The Real JLP taking on Bots. And then we have Gogo Zeppeli, aka Gornon, leading up Percy's Playhouse. Then we have Fox XM from last season, now taking up role as captain of Fox and the Hounds. We got Stand-In Rando leading on the Knights of Jane. Omnilus leading No Mercy. Our very own Shushi Foof leading Clucking Croissants. And last but not least, we have Master Cakes leading up Plat Chat.
With all that being said, we'll go ahead and jump into a quick little prediction of top 3. We both have a little bit different opinions on this, but I'll go ahead and start off with my first team. I think that actually the Real JLP's Bots are going to be the number 1 out of 3 in this list for me. There's just a lot of synergy that's been there that is on that team, and not to mention they also have Miles, who is the highest ranked competitive player in our league by quite some margin. At that point, really, the quote-unquote lower end of the team is going to be able to add on to their core so well. I think that they're really going to do a good job here.
Yeah, I agree. I put Bots as my number 1 team as well. They have the SR. They have the players who have played with one another before. You know, that synergy is already there for a lot of them. And with our redraft that we saw this season, you know, a lot of teams are not going to be having that kind of synergy. You know, they haven't played in these conditions with each other before. And it'll be interesting to see if they're able to keep up. But I'm with you. I've got Bots as the number 1 predicted team right now.
Well, I'm glad we agree on that. From here on, it's a little bit of a different story. Second up, I have Percy's Playhouse. Really just a star lineup here. A couple of the best DPS players in the league. Genuinely think that Ripwade Boggs is easily in the top 2. Gogo Zeppeli, also known as Gornon, is also fighting for a top spot up there. Not to mention the fact that there's a really pretty decent tank player coming up, McStupidhead, who's just broken into Plat, actually. Congratulations. Who's really starting to get a grasp of a lot of the tank lineups, and also Bad Swamp Daddy on the heals. It's a really solid team, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to show.
And for my second place team, I opted for Made in China. For similar reasons, I have some of the top DPS in the league. Most notably, I'm looking at Ejinx. But also, his capability to kind of rally a team together and execute game plans pretty clearly. We've seen that success shine through with his previous teams that Ejinx used to lead, Poultry Pastries. But we've also seen a couple of returning players onto this team, like Van Mundegar, that are definitely able to carry their own weight. I see a lot of good players on this team, and I'm putting it at a firm number 2. for similar reasons that you have for Percy's Playhouse, except I'm listing Ejinx a little bit above Ripboid Box.
And I think that you can definitely make that argument. It's a completely fair one to make. With that, we'll go ahead and move on to our third picks here. In the third of the top 3 for my predictions, I have actually your team, Ocean's 11. I really think that this team is going to just do really well. They're really well-rounded. They have 2 previous captains, including Ranger, Breadburner being the other one, and they're backed up by players who have been around for quite some time and can adapt really well to anything that really gets thrown at them. And, you know, there's a great couple tank lineup here, and there's a really solid DPS core with great supports. It's going to be really terrifying playing this team, actually, and please...
Complimenting my tank work. I'm blushing. We also have Darjum. He's definitely not a tank that should be overlooked. And then we have Sean Shannon, also known as Minbung, aka Maestro, coming in for... he's just recently picked up Overwatch, and you know, he's joining our team as well as a tank player, I think. So it'll be interesting to see how...
Absolutely. I'm definitely excited to see what you guys are going to do. And please don't hang it over my head that I'm giving you these compliments here.
For my third place team, I slammed out High Newt 2 Electric Boogaloo. The roster's pretty just well balanced, honestly. We've seen Brodo and Lunchbox work well together in the past, and Oracle Kin has been able to bump out a large amount of work on his support in the past. They have previous captain experience through Brodo Swaggins. You know, he's been in this position before and he's in it again. I think that's going to be advantageous to him. We do also see that they recently picked up a player, Go KK, from free agency. So looking forward to seeing how he fits into the roster for High Newt 2. But overall, these players are strong. You know, you see Lunchbox DJ, he's flexible, he's consistent. We've got Oracle Ken, Go KK being the recent addition. You know, he's showed up last season, I believe, or was it the season prior?
It may have been the season prior,
okay.
I think.
Well, whenever he showed up, he definitely made his name known. He showed up on the field and did some crazy work. And I think with this set of players, look, honestly, it's just downright good mechanical skill that gets them in the third place for me.
Absolutely, and I think you made some really good points. I've played with Oracle Ken all of my seasons, all 4 seasons, not including this one, obviously, that I've been in this league, and he's going to be really solid. Lunchbox DJ, and it's a good third pick to have, so I commend you for it. With that being said, we're going to both pick a Dark Horse team, a team that is an underdog that could, you know, kind of shake things up. And I'll go ahead and let you start this one off.
All right, well, you put us in at third place for your top 3 power rankings, but I'm actually putting Ocean's 11 as the Dark Horse team. So when Ranger first led this team, we saw them end up in last place, but the season after that, we saw them climb all the way up to 4th. So with this kind of growth mindset, and the roster is kind of slowly adjusted for Ocean's 11 over each season, you know, I think John Rice, Ranger, is finally starting to find some footing where he can continue to grow and continue to see Ocean's 11 grow. I think, you know, we got a long road ahead of us if we're looking at fighting for first place, but I think it's totally possible for us to take it this season, which is why I'm putting us as the Dark Horse pick.
Well, I can simply say I agree. I think you're going to do better than you think. But with that being said, my Dark Horse pick is going to be Knights of Jane. Really, just a really solid lineup here. In Stan and Rando, the old Razzle Dazzle, Arrow being a new addition, who's a high plat, low diamond support player, if I'm not mistaken. Uncle Jemima's been around for a couple seasons now, and he's proved his worth, and as well as a couple other players on this team. But I think the key to this team coming up and contending actually hinges on the captain, Stan and Rando. He's got a big brain for Overwatch, and I think if he falls into the captaining role smoothly, he's really going to do well. And these guys could be dangerous. Keep your eyes open for them. See how it goes.
Yeah, I have to agree wholeheartedly. I think Knights of Jane definitely has a lot of potential to show just how strong they can be this season. I'm looking forward to facing them. This Monday at 9:30 EST, you can catch Percy's Playhouse going off against Bots. Tuesday's match with Fox and the Hounds versus Knights of Jane has been rescheduled to Sunday, so no Tuesday game. Moving on to Wednesday, we see 10:30 Eastern Standard. You've got Plat Chat versus No Mercy. Thursday, same time, we're looking at Made in China versus Ocean's 11 with yours truly. And then Friday, we're wrapping it up with Clucking Croissants versus High Newt 2 outside of the Sunday rescheduling.
So if you guys can't catch the streams of these games, be sure to follow us here on YouTube. Hit the little subscribe button. We will be posting those VODs here for you guys to watch so that you don't have to deal with Twitch losing them after a short period of time. With that being said, I'd like to give a quick little shout out to a brother of ours, Jonah. He is also known as Bangin' My Drums. His music has been playing this entire video. If you like it, I'll make sure to put a link down in the description to some of his stuff, I believe a Facebook link. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button. Be sure to go follow us over at Twitch at www.twitch.tv/PMAOWL. The link is going to be in the description so that you don't miss out on any of our games. Remember, if you do, they'll be here later. Be sure to keep your eyes open for additional videos on the channel, showing potentially some random pugs and maybe some gameplay analysis. I've been ShakkaConn.
And I've been MetroFalco.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
And I feel up, but I'm still holding on.